people that are coming to present today have done a lot of work with young people. So tonight's kind of talks have got two lenses. One is about designing for young people, and the second thing is thinking about participation. So hopefully the conversation and the panel will really be exploring what that means in the context of design and in the context of improved futures for young people. So, tonight's guests, we've got Phil Crawford from Beyond Empathy, and he's going to be talking about his work with young people and participatory documentary. I saw Phil speak at an AusDocs talk a little while ago, and it was awesome. I really wanted to share, get more people to learn about his projects.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for inviting me to come along. I'm just going to I'll show you a few little clips that sort of describe a bit about what the project is that we did a few years ago now. So this film that we're talking about, or this project, was finished in 2013. It probably is a good thing, I'll just try and give you a few of the themes or some of the things that I've been thinking about participation, but probably there'd be lots of questions. So if you do want to use that app to ask them, then we can save them for the either for the panel afterwards or, talking, you can ask me questions afterwards. So I'll just show you, this is the trailer for this film, so
It's coming.
Get that straight on, and that's a good place to start.
Hang on, sorry.
It shows me how to deal with things that are happening, and that I'm not alone. It's not just me that's dealing with these things.
Everything you saw, even though you knew it was acting, it still touched you because you know that it's real stuff that happens every day, and it's stuff that these kids have really lived. That anybody who really wants to know what's going on with young people out there should see it, and especially parents.
Okay, so that was the trailer for the film. So the background is, so Beyond Empathy is a not-for-profit organisation, works with people who experience hardship or disadvantage, uses something to do with the arts to create opportunities for change for those people. That's the sort of brief of the company. This project started so it was done in the Illawarra, down in Wollongong and Shell Harbour, local government areas, group of young people who mostly are in public housing, some kind of connected up to the project through youth homelessness services or youth mental health services, that sort of thing. And over a period of 4 years this film was made, or the project went for 4 years. Certainly the filming took 3 years. So even though Jax's thing said it was a participatory documentary, it's not a documentary. It's a fiction film. It's made up of 6 fictional stories that get threaded together over the duration. The reason why, though, you can talk about it as documentary, because that's, the guy at the end who's going, I don't know whether it was fiction or documentary. That was from a screening. So that's certainly the feel that you get from the film. So even though it's just made up stories, it has a kind of ring of authenticity to it, which is partly, the great performances that the young people gave. So the other thing about it is it was participatory in that the people in the project were, there was no script. We made it up as we went along. They were hands-on with the camera work and the sound work and all the rest. So what I'm actually going to do to sort of clarify a bit more about what was different about this film, or different about what's the participatory process, I suppose, is I'm going to show you just the first 2 minutes of the actual film itself. So it's a pretty strange beginning to a fiction film, but nonetheless this gives you how we approach trying to say what's a bit different about this film, and maybe give you some of what the expectations for what you're going to get in the rest of the film is. So this is the first 2 minutes.
Call it, Michael. So you said the numbers at the top, whatever they are. Yeah, like shot 1, roll
3. Ready, four, take 1.
Well, I'm meant to be acting, feeling excited. Feeling excited. Feeling excited.
What am I saying?
Whatever you reckon.
But I do think about...
Just go back to that spot again for me and cut. Hang on, you've got to wait till I say it. Oh yeah.
He said cut.
Cut.
Don't go on the shot. Move your head. You're filming.
Yeah, don't look at the cameras. Don't look at the cameras.
Say frame. Frame. Action. Action. I say that.
I can't do everything at once. I've got to do film stuff, no film. So what point of view have you written the story from?
I don't know.
Is it first person, second person, third person?
Okay. So that's the first 2 minutes, and so from there you sort of launch into a little storyline with a group of kids in a school classroom, and then there's a storyline about a guy who's breaking into a house, and there's a storyline about these kids who are into skateboarding who accidentally kind of start to film some things that maybe they shouldn't film. There's a story about a boy who gets attached to a dog, but he's a bit afraid that the dog's going to get sent off to the pound, and so he and his friends try to figure out a way to not get the dog sent to the pound. So anyway, there's a bunch of stories that go through. The opening was, and so it gives you these 10 principles. I have to say, this was us trying to sort of grapple with trying to give an indication about what was different about the process that was used in the film. So it certainly wasn't, we didn't start the whole project with those 10 principles. They were an articulation of the kinds of things that we did. But ironically, actually, when thinking about participation and how it might affect what you're doing, like a really important one's not on there, I don't think. And so one of the really important things about the way that what made this film different, or that process different, was, I put it this way, is that there can be no casting process that involves rejections. So unlike a normal film where you'd go, oh, we've written a character, or we've got this thing, oh, let's find a perfect person to play this part. So we couldn't do that. If a person came to the project, we needed to find them a role that suited what their needs were in the project, and usually that meant to be on camera. There was a few people who started off and went, oh, I don't want to be on camera. Sometimes we'd go, okay, well, you can help to make the film, and pretty soon they'd figure out that it's actually much harder work looking around the camera stuff and then the glamour of being in front of the camera, which would last for about 20 minutes till they realised that was really boring as well. Anyway. But yeah, so that was what was really important, and of course that makes a huge difference. Once you go, we're not casting people, we've just got to find a way to get people to be satisfied or to get rewarded for the parts that they play. A couple of other things, just thinking about what participation in the project means, because participation doesn't necessarily mean that it was extremely democratic. Because if we'd have just gone with a kind of democratic approach, like if we'd just kind of gone, so we never sat down with everybody and went, what are we going to make a film about? Or, you know, there were never any whiteboards, there were never any butcher's paper, we never brainstormed. And part of the reason for that was, given the people who we were working with, there would have been some of them who probably would have been into that, but quite a lot of them would have gone, oh my God, and walked out straight away. And therefore we would have lost them. So there's a bunch, in particular, one of the storylines I was telling you about was this bunch of young people who were really into skateboarding. So we didn't even start with a story with them. All we knew at the beginning was that they liked skateboarding and they filmed everything that they did. And so we just started filming with them and filming them skateboarding and filming with skateboarding. They told a hilarious story which they found quite delightful about this security guard who told them off, and they filmed the security guard saying to them that they were on camera, and they were going, well, we've caught you on camera. And they thought they were really smart. They told us about this footage and anyway, got us thinking, so this was more like how we sort of came about, how we went about making stuff with them. We started to think about, well, what would a story be? Where they might film something and get in trouble for it, they might film stuff and it would be, you know, something that they shouldn't film. And a story evolved from there. Incidentally, like if you actually see the film in the end, the original footage of that security guard telling them off, right near the end, we actually got that footage because they gave it to us, and so and we tracked down the security guard who said it was all right for us to use it in the film, so it's in the film, which was a great sort of source. So participation was a much more active process, not a sit down and talk about it, but let's just start doing stuff and then we see how it goes. And look, there's the other thing to say about it, I think, is that participation doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't a one-size-fits-all, because there were some people who came to the project and they were really involved, they wanted to be involved in editing, they wanted to be involved in the discussion about the characters, they wanted to do all of that. The other ones who couldn't give a shit. And even in the end, all those young people kind of helped to present the whole work. So there were some of them that part of the process, when it was all finished, was the thing that just gave them terrific energy. And that didn't necessarily correspond with the people who'd spent a lot of time participating in the project. So I know one young man who only did about 5 hours or 10 hours or something on the project while we were making it. The presentation of it was just his thing completely, so he completely owned it in the end. Some of the others were completely different. So participation can also be, really tailored to what the needs are of that person and how they want to participate. I'm just going to play as the last thing before I stop, so you can hear a bit of what they say, so the young people involved in the project. I must first of all tell you, though, this is an advertisement as well, so this is not an evaluation. This was them trying to promote the film. So I can assure you that if you'd ask them what were the shitty things about it, they'd tell you that as well. But this is not that. But at least you get to hear from their voices what they thought were so. Because this wasn't scripted. Yeah.
Never really thought that I would be a part of something like this, and that having the chance to be a part of it has been so amazing, and I'm so grateful, and everyone involved feels the same.
We all wanted to make a movie, made it. Rites of Passage is like a street film. Like growing up and, what choices in life we have. And people should be proud. Because it's, pretty much all true story. It's about everyone's lives.
We don't have easy lives.
Around where I live, not many people have achieved things in life, like gotten jobs and stuff like that. They've gotten the bad crowds at a young age and stuff. So
you only see the surface of a lot of people. And beyond empathy, Rites of Passage really showed what was going on below the surface.
Well, the other young people that will see this film will think, I'm not alone. We're not the only poor family out here, not the only ones with mental health issues, we're not the only ones with childhood trauma. Look what they did, They made a movie. They got off their asses and made a movie.
It's actually given me something positive to look forward to.
It was a motivational thing for me. It was come on, get up, do some work, but it was enjoyable work.
It's taught me a lot of different skills.
Being involved in this project has helped me battle my own personal demons, the anxiety and all that I've had to deal with.
That kept us all out of trouble.
Ever since then, I've really just got the passion
gave us all different ideas, and, you know, for a brighter life.
And now I'm studying Cert 4 in Screen and Media at Wollongong TAFE.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, we made it from the ghetto.
I feel happy, yeah, a job well done.
We had a rough screening at one of the cinemas in Warrawong.
And it turned out pretty good. I had my mum, my dad.
We cried and we laughed.
Mum cried and so did dad, because dad's a big softie.
My mum and my dad, when I was sleeping yesterday, they watched the film 3 times.
Showing how films can change something and can also change how people feel about you.
Yeah, I woke up and I went out and the TV was playing and Mum was like sitting there on the couch with tears in her eyes and she's like watching the movie. I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then she told me, everyone that comes through the door, she told them, oh, there's little sons in it and everything like that. And I was like, oh no. Yeah, she loved it, Dad loved it, they watched it 3 times in a row. It was really embarrassing what they say about me sometimes because of the film.
That's it.